Hey, 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 happy Wednesday. Come on in, pull up a chair. The Daily Dope is in the air. Howdy, 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 gang. Yes, I'm Jeff McAleer, back once again as your host here at the Daily Dope. So, yeah, great opening there, huh? So, the little opening graphics are going, and then it jumps back and then started again. Yes, Smokey was on my lap to start the show, and she decided to hop off my lap by walking across the good old keyboard. Sweet. All right, so anyway, welcome aboard. Tonight is Wednesday, October 23rd. This is episode 384 of The Daily Dope. So if this is the first time you've tuned in, check out the show. This is very, very casual. It is certainly not rocket surgery by any stretch of the imagination. I'm just talking about tabletop gaming news, sometimes a little pop culture stuff, but normally gaming news. Because this is live, that does also mean that there is chat available on YouTube. It's not on screen. It's one of the ways that I keep some of the more unusual commenters at bay. But I do pay attention to chat. So if you like to say hello, or maybe you've got a question or a comment, by all means, please chime in. I will respond. And of course, if you like the video, please give it a quick thumbs up. If you currently have not subscribed to the channel, please do. And if you do, be sure to ring that little bell, because not only will that inform you when I upload standalone videos, it'll also tell you within a moment or two when this stream does go live. And of course, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com. for all the latest in tabletop gaming news, reviews, comics, movies, TV. You know the drill. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. And be sure to tell a friend or two. Like, tell two friends. So, in chat, we've got the Madman. Good to see the Madman here. Kevin Thorpe is joining us as well. Over in, if I remember, I think Kevin lives in Australia. And we have Beat Cafe joining us as well. And Fleming Huron is jumping into chat. So, tomorrow's my birthday. Woohoo. Big deal. You know, I'm going to turn 52. So at that point in time, you're kind of like, I don't really want to see birthdays rolling around. But then again, it doesn't really bother me at all. But because it's my birthday, everybody's getting presents. Well, maybe everybody. Everybody who wants a present is going to get a present from me. So what I am doing is I am actually going to give out a PDF copy of the Knights and Magic Fantasy Miniatures rules, which originally came out in 1980 from Heritage Models, who did the Lord of the Rings miniatures way, way back in the day. We are talking way, way back. But anyway, I happen to own the rights to that system. So if you are a subscriber to the YouTube channel, and if you follow me at the Gaming Gang on Twitter, you get a free copy of the PDF just for asking. And I normally charge $12.95 for the PDF. So all you're going to need to do is tomorrow, keep an eye peeled on my Twitter feed. I'm going to send out a tweet. It's basically saying, hey, if you're a subscriber and, you are a follower of the Gaming Gang on Twitter, if you retweet that, I will actually message you the link on Friday. I'll message you the link on Friday for where you can download that. Giving people the entire day to do the retweets. And that way I can do everything at one time, right? I can just kind of cut and paste and go boom, 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 boom down the list of people who retweet. So, John Vogel and Kabuki Kid are also in chat. Sweet, very good. Got a good chat off and running already tonight. So, the other contest I've got is for RuneQuest. Yes, role-playing in Glorantha. So, because I now have an extra hardcover edition, this one's pretty easy. Once again, this is being a follower on Twitter and being subscribed to the YouTube channel, which I'm sure most of you who are watching live right now are. All you got to do is actually just leave a comment on any of the videos beginning yesterday through November 3rd, and I will announce the winner on November 4th. You do have to live in the US or Canada to be in the running to win the hardcover, because I'm on the hook for the shipping. With Knights and Magic, that's anybody. Everybody around the world is game for getting that. So, all right. Anyway, let's jump on into the news. I've got a good amount of news today. Got some interesting items as well. First off, Hobby World and Ultra Pro are going to team to bring you a survival board game early next year. I've got the dope on Deranged. I'm surprised that they decided to name it after what people call me all the time. Deranged is a gothic, semi-cooperative adventure survival game in which you fight rivals, horrific monsters, and your own inner demons. In more detail, you must survive in a city for 3 days and nights, leaving the city uncursed as a human being in order to win. The game is scenario-driven, and you never know when a player or which player will turn into a monster, the Deranged of the title. The only way to turn back into a human is to kill another player. There's no player elimination, but each death increases the level of doom, with the player receiving a curse or other bad stuff possibly happening to the group as a whole. You might have better odds of surviving Deranged if you form temporary alliances, but good luck keeping those in place when you might have to kill one another. Kind of odd way of kind of describing this game. It sounds creepy. I don't know. Deranged includes deck building elements, and each player has their own hidden objective. The board is modular, and the game includes miniatures to represent the players, both as humans and as members of the Deranged. Deranged is for 3 to 6 players, ages 12 and up. That doesn't sound right to me. Plays in 2 to 3 hours, and it will release in Q1 of 2020. I do not have any MSRP information just yet, but taking a peek at the components, it kind of strikes me as about a $70 or $80 game, because there are some miniatures in it, probably about a dozen. So, one thing I have to point out that I think looks pretty cool, and I will chat a little bit so we kind of see it in this shot here, but we will see a little closer up shot of it as well, is how the board actually shows like cutaways of the buildings. Top-down cutaway. I thought that's kind of cool. I kind of like how that looks. And it almost has like a comic book vibe to the art style too. So, I don't know. Could be good. Could be a complete mess. We won't know until next year. So, the latest expansion is coming soon for AEG's Mystic Vale. I've got the dope on Nemesis. Dreaded Nemesis and ancient enemies invade the Valley of Life. Damn you! Only the combined might of the Druidic clans, or Druidic, depending on how you like to pronounce Druid, can oppose them. Aided with Aided with awakened titans, Druids must defeat the rising threats to restore harmony and balance to Gaia's realm. The Nemesis expansion adds new advancement and Veil cards to the base Mystic Vale game, giving players more card crafting options and exciting new possibilities for combos. Leader cards in the form of Titans grant abilities that can be upgraded to become even more powerful. Curse tokens offer players a quicker path to power, but with a price at the end of the game. Nemesis cards introduce an exciting new variant for a solitaire game. Mystic Vale Nemesis is thus for 1 to 4 players, ages 14 and up, plays in around 45 minutes, and it will carry an MSRP of $39.99 when it arrives on February 29th of next year. I like the fact that they're putting in a bit of a solitaire element to Mystic Vale. That is cool. I'd like to see how that ends up working. Don't know. Might see it, might not see it. It's weird. AEG is kind of, I keep saying I gotta reach out, and then I never do. Because they'll send me something, and then they'll have a big release, and they don't send that, and then they send an expansion for a game that I don't have, and it'll be like, so try to iron that out, because always dig AEG, and they go way back with the gaming gang. They were one of the first companies to actually get on board with us. All right, so let's move on to some role-playing game news. And interestingly enough, a lot of these have a kind of a tenuous connection to Cubicle 7 Entertainment. Even though I'm not maybe necessarily talking about Cubicle 7 Entertainment. But the first news piece actually is about a Cubicle 7 Entertainment release. It is actually for a new humble bundle that is sure to entice fans of role-playing games and Warhammer 40k, because there is a new Rogue Trader bundle, and I've got the dope. In Rogue Trader, you're taking on the role of wait for it, I think you can guess it, a Rogue Trader, and his most trusted counselors, empowered by an ancient warrant of trade to seek out profit and plunder amongst unexplored regions of space. Your ship will take you to new worlds and uncharted reaches of the void, where you will encounter rivals, pirates, aliens, and possibly even creatures of the warp. You will acquire and spend great wealth and riches, and fame or infamy will follow. You will discover ancient and forgotten mysteries and search out the unknown to find lost human worlds or never before seen celestial phenomena. You must survive the dangers of space, for beyond the threat of vacuum and the deadly radiation were things man was never meant to find. Like the Necronomicon? Nope, sorry, different game. To be part of a Rogue Trader's crew is to stand on the threshold of nearly unlimited opportunity. Fast profits await you and your fellow explorers to find and claim. Fame and fortune reward the bold, but the unwary find only an anonymous death. The game includes fast character creation to get you into the game quickly, including a lifetime of possibilities with an expanded origin path system. There are dynamic rules for all eventualities that let you handle everything from social interaction to deadly fast-paced combat, starships and psychic powers, to a system of profit and influence. There are comprehensive backgrounds on Rogue Traders, written by Warhammer 40k novelist and Games Workshop design studio member Andy Hoare. Build your own starship or begin play with one of these 6 pre-generated vessels. Begin your player's path to wealth and glory with a complete starting adventure that puts the explorers right into the middle of the action. The Rogue Trader core rulebook contains everything you need to start your adventure in the Warhammer 40k universe. So with this bundle, for $1, for a single $1, you're going to score PDFs of the core book, as well as the Dark Frontier, which is, I believe, kind of like a player's handbook, as well as Forsaken Bounty, which is kind of a quick start rules PDF, and also Into the Storm, which, I'm sorry, Dark Frontier is actually it was a free RPG day adventure. Into the Storm is kind of the player's handbook. That's right. So you can get those for $1. So the reality is, for $1, you're getting kind of the core book, which has an adventure in it, I do believe, as well as the kind of player's handbook. For $1, for $18, you can score the entire collection of 22 books, which normally would carry an MSRP of $314. So that is pretty sweet. So for 18 bucks, you get 22 books. Some of them are novels. I will point out the vast majority of this is role-playing game material. And I do believe somebody out there probably knows better than I do that these are actually the Fantasy Flight Games rule books, but now Cubicle 7 has them. So, also do want to point out, if you purchase any one of these bundles, it goes from like $1 to $18. I think there's an $8 one that's right in the middle. Keep in mind, you'll actually be helping the Make-A-Wish Foundation. So, very cool charity you'll be helping out. I noticed that these were selling really fast. I checked it this afternoon, and there were like 500 sold, because I always show you how many bundles have been sold. And a couple hours later, there were like 140 more sold. So this is doing really well. And like I said, by all means, even if you're not going to run it in 40K, there's loads of stuff for you to swipe for science fiction role-playing games if you run anything like that. Plus, it's a great cause, great charity. Speaking of charities, there's also a new bundle of holding that's arrived. And it's actually appropriate for Halloween on the horizon. Let me grab a quick sip here before I tell you about it. As Kevin Thorpe says, $1? That's less than $1. Why, yes, it is. Quid used to be worth a lot more compared to our dollar, but it still is more than $1. So yeah, that's pretty sweet. Anyway, there is a new bundle of holding. It is from Cake Bread and Walton, and it is for Clockwork and Cthulhu. Here's the dope. Adventurer! You know, I always love doing that. This new Clockwork and Cthulhu bundle presents alternate historical mythos and flintlock fantasy tabletop role-playing games from Cake Bread and Walton. Clockwork and Chivalry takes you to the English Civil War of 1645, but fought with witchcraft and basilisks and Francis Bacon's alchemy and Oliver Cromwell's war machines. And in the horror campaign supplement, Clockwork and Cthulhu, and the standalone companion game, Dark Streets, the stars align for the return of the old gods, the creatures of H.P. Lovecraft's Cthulhu mythos. Using the percentile-based Renaissance system adapted from Open Quest, itself derived from Mongoose Publishing's RuneQuest, which would be derived from Chaosium Inc.'s RuneQuest, no doubt. These role-playing game ebooks transport investigators and historical game fans into a wild and sanity-draining past that never was. For just $14.95, you get all 3 complete current rulebooks in the starter collection, a retail value of $63, as PDF ebooks, including Clockwork and Cthulhu, Dark Streets 2nd Edition, and Clockwork and Chivalry 2nd Edition. And if you pay more than the threshold price of $29.92, you'll level up and also get the entire bonus collection, with 9 more titles worth an additional $82.50. There's the big 17th century Mythos Investigations, the Heidelberg Horror, and the Köln Machinations, parts 1 and 2 of A Clockwork of Orange. Not a Clockwork Orange. The epic 4-part chivalry campaign, Kingdom and Commonwealth, collected in Omnibus 1, with the Alchemist's Wife and Thou Shalt Not Suffer, and Omnibus 2, with No Man's Land and Quintessence, 2 Clockwork Mythos Investigations, The Mystery of Shirley Hall, and The Case of the Missing Professor. Kind of sounds like an old 50s Walt Disney movie, doesn't it? It's Flubber. 3 smaller treatises, Tomes of Blasphemous Knowledge, Guardians of Blasphemous Knowledge, and the Phoenix Tavern are also part of the shebang. 10% of your payment after payment gateway fees will be donated to this offer's designated charity, the Rainforest Trust. You do have 19 days to take advantage of this offer. Yes. Oh, my goodness. Dan from No Enemies Here has arrived. Says he doesn't get the ding anymore. You've lost that ding. Is that what's going on, Dan? You might want to talk to your doctor about that. Anyway, good to see you, Dan. Great to have you on board. So, anyway, very cool. So remember I mentioned that like a lot of these role-playing news pieces were going to have kind of a tentative Cubicle 7 entertainment kind of hook to them. So, Clockwork and Chivalry used to be published by Cubicle 7. Cakebread and Walton were one of those companies that were kind of like Modifius does. Modifius Entertainment publishes a lot of, well, I'll give you a great example, like Vampire the Masquerade, right? That's owned by Paradox Interactive, White Wolf, I guess we'll say. And but the books are all published by Modifius Entertainment. Well, Cubicle 7 used to do the same kind of thing. They used to publish all these different role-playing games. And Dominic McDowell decided, you know what, let's focus on our own stuff. So now Cakebread and Walton are kind of their own thing. But like I said, I thought it's kind of interesting. For some strange reason, we've got like Cubicle 7 entertainment news running through a lot of this stuff. Except for this next news piece, because the latest adventure for Starfighter has arrived from Paizo Inc. And here's the dope on Huskworld. Yes, this is the Starfighter Adventure Path number 21. It is part 3 of 6 in the Attack of the Swarm campaign. Fear of a bug planet. Hoping to find a way to fight back against the swarm, the heroes travel to a distant world already consumed by the deadly invaders. They soon discover they aren't alone in their struggles when they meet a handful of resistance fighters on the ravaged planet. With the group's help, the heroes strike against a massive swarm creature that is draining the world's resources dry, then infiltrate an infested university to search for a dead professor's research. What they find could lead to a mythical holy site of the insect goddess Helax, and the secret to defeating the swarm once and for all. This volume of Starfighter Adventure Path continues the Attack of the Swarm Adventure Path. How many times do I have to say Adventure Path? And includes Huskworld, a Starfighter adventure for 5th level characters by Liz Liddell, a survey of the devastated Chuva system, including a handful of relics still found among the ruins. This is by Liz Liddell and Landon Winkler. It also includes a look at civilizations that have survived attacks by the swarm. That's by Isabel Thorne. There's an archive of alien creatures, including an ooze adapted to the harshest environmental conditions, like myself, and several new swarm creatures by Kevin Bryan, Liz Liddell, Robert G. McCreary, and Landon Winkler. There are statistics and deck plans for a defensive character by, you guessed it, Liz Liddell and Landon Winkler. Plus a glimpse at a gas giant with a dangerous secret hidden at its core by Kevin Bryan. A lot of authors on these adventure paths. Well, that's one of the interesting things I find with Paizo. They'll have quite a few people working on these adventure paths. As opposed to like D&D, you might have a couple. Or you might just have one. Huskworld is available right now. It's available in softcover for $22.99, as well as in PDF for $15.99. The Madman's like, Bug Planet? Starship Troopers, anyone? Yeah, there's for some strange reason, maybe I'm wrong, because I have not really checked out really any of the adventure paths for Starfighter. I thought the Swarm is sort of like the evil empire that's been running through like all of these adventures, because I could have swore I remember talking about the Swarm in some Starfighter news pieces that are before this adventure path arrived. So I don't know. So yes, Kabuki Kid had mentioned that Dan has lost that dinging feeling. Yeah, get the who was it? The Righteous Brothers, right? Isn't it the Righteous Brothers that sang that? So, all right. My final news piece is from, ready for it? Cubicle 7 Entertainment. Because there is a new adventure out for Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay. I've got the dope on Uber's Reich Adventures Slaughter in Spittlefeld. A vile sickness spreads through the rookeries of Uber's Reich. When the source is found by an investigating doctor, the Spittlefeld tenements are quarantined. Armed members of the watch are posted at all exits, and crossbows are aimed at every window. No one goes in, no one comes out. For the unfortunate souls trapped within, there is little hope of escape unless they can find the source of the infection. But that wants out too. And if it can't break free, well, it won't be the first time there is a slaughter in Spittlefeld. Slaughter in Spittlefeld is an adventure that explores the horrors of disease and how it erodes not only the flesh, but also the minds of friends and neighbors alike. It takes place in Ubersreich, but it can be moved to any suitably large city or town of the Empire. This adventure is suitable for 4 to 6 characters in their first or second career, and it should take about 4 hours to complete. Slaughter in Spittlefeld is the 5th in the Ubersreich adventure series, the primary setting of the Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay starter set. These adventures can be used as short standalone adventures or easily slotted into any ongoing RIFIP campaign. The 16-page PDF is available now at DriveThruRPG for $3.99. So, Flaming Huron says that Cubicle 7 is just pumping that content out. Got the PDF for the Enemy Within first book. Yes, I've got it as well. In fact, I've got this PDF. Where do you think I got some of these images I'm sharing? So this came out today. This arrived on DriveThruRPG today. So, and of course, my pals at Cubicle 7 sent it right away. I have my fingers crossed that we will see the physical book for the first part of the Enemy Within Director's Cut, which the first book arrived, which is Enemy in Shadows. So I have not started checking out the PDF yet, but I will definitely take a look at it. But I am hoping that I get a chance to share the actual physical book with you. So fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Cubicle 7's pretty good about getting the stuff out to me. I like the little stuff. I don't need like the little 32-page adventures and stuff, because that can be pretty pricey for them to have to ship it from the UK. Because sometimes they actually have to send it from the UK as opposed to from like a distributor here. But we'll find out. We'll see. But yeah, the Enemy Within, yes. See, okay, so I have not read it. I never read it to completion. I want to say way back in the day, it was I had the first 3 books, and I'm waiting for the second book, because the second book, if I remember correctly, and I'm sure somebody out there, maybe even Flaming Huron, can help us out with this. But if I remember correctly, the second book has like some really horrific stuff, really spooky, creepy stuff going on at a castle. I won't give anything else away because I don't want to like do a spoiler thing. But I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with that, how they revamp that a little bit. So sweet. Anywho, like I said, fingers crossed we'll see the first hardcover. I don't think I'm gonna see the special collector's edition version, but I should probably see the regular one. All right, so that is pretty much the news for tonight. Do want to mention, of course, if you follow the Gaming Gang, if you basically check out the site or watch videos on the channel, you know that this is pretty much a not-for-profit endeavor. So if you like the site, if you like the channel, if you like my videos, please consider making a small donation to Lil Bubs Big Fund and the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. Lil Bubs Big Fund does provide grant monies to organizations throughout the United States who care for special needs animals who are awaiting adoption. These animals could be a little bit older, or they might have mobility issues, could require medications every day, or they could be blind or deaf. Regardless, these animals still deserve to find loving homes, and that's what Lil Bubs Big Fund is all about. 100% of all monies that are raised by Little Bubs Big Fund is awarded through grants to the various organizations. It's not one of those charities where it's like, oh yeah, well 30% of it goes to, no, 100%. So, and that is not actually usually the case with the American Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals, but it is with this fund itself. And of course, if you do make any kind of donation, shoot me a quick email. Email address is right there in the corner. It's Jeff McAleer at thegaminggang.com. And just let me know. I'd be more than happy to give you a shout out on a following show if you would like. So, want to mention next week will be the last week I will be talking about Lil Bubs Big Fun. So I think I've pretty much devoted like the last year at least to that organization, to that charity, and looking for something else, looking to change things up a little bit. I am still gonna leave my Lil Bub like little ad. I don't want to call it an ad. Little banner on the Gaming Gang website. But yeah, next week will be the last week of me talking about Lil Bubs Big Fund. Dan from No Enemies here has to rock on out. He got the other ding. He's got to go take care of that. So good to see you, Dan. We will catch you later. Yes, Kabuki Kid's like, farewell, Lil Bub. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just, yeah, come on, spread the love a little bit, right? Spread the love around a little bit. So, excuse me. Let me grab another quick sip here. All right. There's no show tomorrow. There's no show on Friday. So I will be back on Monday. Then, of course, next week, there will not be a show on Halloween, which, of course, is next Thursday. And then there will not be a show on Friday because I will be setting up for our marathon charity stream to benefit Extra Life, which will be running on November 2nd. So, yes. So, yeah, we are doing it at, supposedly we're doing it at my nephew Cameron's girlfriend's house. So, supposedly there's really good lighting and stuff like that. I will check it out. But yes, I have to set all the cameras and everything else. Computer is going to have to come with me and all these other things. So Flaming Huron says, yeah, Death on the Reich. I only had the Warhammer adventure, which was all the adventures bundled. Looking forward to all the new releases. So, yes, and Flaming Huron's wishing me a happy birthday tomorrow. And yes, Friday is my mom's birthday. So that's why there's no show on Friday. Yeah, pretty wild. Pretty bizarre. All right, last thing I do want to mention, too, is don't forget, there are all those freebie giveaways, especially if you dig role-playing games, that are going on at the One Bookshelf websites, such as Drive-Thru RPG. So, just yesterday, someone who visits the Gaming Gang shot me a comment saying, hey, here's some extra links, extra areas that you missed. So there are like 39 downloads throughout the various different websites. So there you've got Drive-Thru RPG, Drive-Thru Fiction, Drive-Thru Comics. There is Storyteller's Vault, and there is also the Dungeon Masters Guild. So to check that out. So Kabuki Kid says that their mom's birthday is only 4 days from theirs. Yeah, that's pretty wild. And of course, the Madman's wishing happy birthdays to my mom and I. Thank you very much, Madman. Yeah, it's funny. You know, you get a good joke out of it, right? You know, my birthday and then her birthday's the next day. So I always kid around. I'm the worst birthday present she ever got, and she couldn't return me either. So, all righty. Yes, I am going to. Everybody thinks, oh, Jeff's going to just be kicking back doing nothing for 4 days. No. I got other videos and I got news and stuff to get up onto the site. Plus, I am doing a redesign of the website. So if you happen to be swinging over to thegaminggang.com and something looks bizarre, something looks out of whack, or it just looks really different, I'm working on it. So, yep. All right, so that's it for tonight's show. As I like to point out, if you like the video, please give it a quick thumbs up. And, of course, please subscribe to the channel. If you do, don't forget, ring that little bell, because it'll notify you not only when the stream goes live, it'll also tell you when I upload my standalone videos, such as my review of Tyranny of Dragons that just was uploaded a couple days ago. So, also, when you're not watching videos on the Gaming Gang channel, be sure to visit thegaminggang.com for all the latest in gaming news, reviews, comics, movies, TV. By now you know the drill. Get your geek on at thegaminggang.com. So, everybody enjoy their weekends, the rest of the week as well. I will be back on Monday. Of course, keep your eyes peeled. I've got other videos that'll be popping up in the next 4 days. You know, you'll see my mug floating around on the channel. That is for sure. So everyone who hung out and chat to keep me company, thank you so much. I always appreciate everybody hanging out and just, you know, kicking back and relaxing, talking gaming. And if you watch after the fact, or on Memorex, I got a soft spot in my heart for you guys too. So, thank you very much, everybody. I will be back on Monday. And until then, happy trails. Zoobadoo-badoo-badoo-boo-boo. Zoobadoo-badoo-badoo-boo. Zabba-dabba-dabba-dabba-bum. Zibba. Whoa, hey. I didn't realize that you were still here. Well, if that's the case, then allow me to share the following information with you that I only have 20 seconds to do. So let's all take a deep breath. So if you would like to subscribe to the Gaming Gang channel, please click right here. If you want to check out the latest episode of the Daily Dope, click right here. And if you'd like to check out a randomly selected standalone video, by all means, click right here. Once again, I'm Jeff McAleer, and thanks for watching.